I want a call to action to normalize crying. Let's normalize crying. Social media is in an uproar today, rightfully so, over the response of some people to Gus Walls crying in support, in love, in pride for his dad. I have a daughter, 24, she's nonverbal. I would give anything to hear her say, "I love you, Mom. That's my mom." To, be that proud of me and to have that kind of emotion shown. Because they're human emotions. Crying is a way to release emotions, energy. Unfortunately, in this society, we live in the society of patriarchy. And men are raised thinking that it's weakness to cry. Strong men don't cry. Big men don't cry. Why not? It's not a sign of weakness. It's a release of emotion. It's a byproduct of having an emotion. Joy, sadness. You can cry. I cry when I'm happy. I cry when I'm sad. I cry over movies. I cried watching Gus be so excited for his dad. So I just it would be wonderful if men were given permission or gave themselves permission to cry when showing this emotion. I don't understand why it's okay for women, for girls to do it. We don't, some women, I'm one that used to, you're doing that crying thing again. One guy that I dated. But for the most part, women, heart-centered, allowed to cry. Men, not. I literally was just having a conversation with women in a workshop that I delivered today, talking about this and talking about the patriarchy and how men are raised thinking that they're not allowed to cry, that it's a sign of weakness. And I was saying, I think I've seen my dad cry maybe 3 times in my life. 3 times. Because he's 93 years old, grew up thinking, no, men don't cry. So can we please, I don't know how to go about this other than just inviting parents of boys to allow them to cry, to show them it's okay to cry. It's a normal byproduct of emotion. And a lot of people are harping on the point that Gus is neurodivergent. And I understand that hits a special place. It certainly does with me at having a special needs daughter. But what if he weren't neurodivergent? What if he were neurotypical? Would there still be support for this 17-year-old showing emotion for his dad? I hope there would be. But what if he weren't 17? What if he were 30? A 30-year-old, showing emotion. It needs to be normalized. Crying is not a sign of weakness, people. Please allow yourself to cry when you need to. It's a release of energy. Otherwise, I can't imagine what it must feel like to grow up. Because I kind of know what it feels like, because I used to a certain extent, stop myself from crying when I was with this one person, because he always made fun of me when I did. So I understand what that feels like, but to be raised in a society where it's actually you're assumed weak when you cry. To have all that energy trapped and stuck inside your body, I can't imagine what that must feel like. So for the men out there, and I don't know why, but I have a lot of men that follow me. I don't know why, but welcome. Is there something, can you guys speak out about this? It's okay to cry. My husband cries, and I love it. He's emotional. He wears his heart on his sleeve. We all know that about him and love it about him. He's in touch with that part of himself, and he knows that it's not shameful. He knows he's not weak. It's actually a sign of strength, of self-assurance, of self, you have confidence in yourself because you're willing to show emotion in that way. Men can be angry. Men can shout. Men can do all that. And we don't look down on that. Why can't they cry? When they're happy, when they're sad, whatever the circumstance. So I think as a parent of a special needs child, it hits me different. Like, I'm protective of my daughter, of course, but I'm protective of all humans that aren't allowed, that don't feel like they're allowed. They are allowed. They don't feel like they are. They don't feel like they're allowed to just show their emotions that they're feeling. How often do people start to cry? Oh, they quit, wipe their tears away. I don't want anybody to see me crying. Why not? Why not? So let's do better for our kids, and allow them to cry if they want to cry, if they feel the need to cry, and work through that emotion. I don't know. That's my 2 cents anyway. Everybody have a great day.